Presentation to the collective. Arriving at the collective's central command, Ava faced her greatest challenge yet. The collective, a vast assembly of alien species, held rigid views on lesser-developed races. Captain Shale, standing alongside Ava, prepared to challenge these views. In a grand assembly, Shale presented Ava's story. She detailed the crash, their survival, and Ava's pivotal role in their rescue. The assembly, initially indifferent, began to listen intently. Ava's resilience and ingenuity challenged their preconceptions, sparking a heated debate. Ava, despite the language barrier, addressed the assembly. Her words, translated by Core, conveyed a powerful message of unity and cooperation. She argued that intelligence and worth were not determined by technological advancement, but by the ability to adapt, learn, and thrive. Changing perspectives. Ava's speech resonated with many in the assembly. The rigid views of the collective began to waver as delegates from various species voiced their support. They saw in Ava a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs. Her story became a catalyst for change, challenging long-held prejudices. Captain Shale's gamble had paid off. The collective agreed to reevaluate their classification of pre-FTL species. Ava's role in this decision was monumental. She had not only survived but had sparked a revolution in thought, proving that even the perceived weakest among them could inspire change. The Assembly's decision was a landmark moment. The collective pledged to foster cooperation and understanding with emerging species, rather than viewing them as inferior. Ava, now a symbol of resilience and hope, was celebrated for her contributions. A new beginning. With the collective's new stance, Ava and the Flare's crew became ambassadors of change. They traveled to various planets, sharing their story and promoting unity. Ava's journey, from a captured human to a galactic hero, inspired countless others. Captain Shale, proud of her crew and their accomplishments, continued to lead expeditions. However, their missions now had a new purpose: to explore and engage with emerging species, fostering understanding and cooperation. Ava's life had changed irrevocably. She had gone from being a weak human to a catalyst for galactic change. Her story, a testament to human resilience and ingenuity, continued to inspire and challenge perceptions across the galaxy. The unexpected capture. In a quiet corner of the galaxy, the Pell race operated under the radar, scavenging planets for curiosities and collectibles to sell to the highest bidders. Captain Shale, a seasoned and somewhat desperate collector, led the crew of the Flare on such an expedition. With resources dwindling and the prospect of profit on her mind, she pushed her ship beyond its limits, seeking out new worlds to plunder. Their target was an unremarkable third planet in a dead part of space, a world known to its inhabitants as Earth. The mission was straightforward: capture a specimen and return to the nearest collective outpost. However, time was against them. With power and supplies running low, they hastily scooped up the first living creature they encountered, a seemingly weak human girl. The crew, consisting of various alien species, viewed humans as primitive. The collective's laws were clear: species without faster-than-light, FTL, travel were considered inferior. Thus, there was no legal consequence for their actions. However, not all agreed with this classification, seeing it as a moral gray area. As the Flare made its way back, the situation grew dire. Fuel rods began to lose containment, and the decision was made to attempt a landing on Phelan 6, a minor planet. The ship crashed violently into an ocean, leaving the crew and their human captives stranded. Survival on Phelan 6. The crash landing on Phelan 6 left the Flare's crew in disarray. Captain Shale, determined to salvage the mission, rallied her team. Their immediate concern was survival. The planet, though not entirely hostile, presented numerous challenges. The crew had limited supplies and no way to communicate with the collective. The human girl, initially seen as a burden, began to show surprising resilience. Despite the language barrier, she demonstrated an uncanny ability to adapt. The crew, particularly the ship's medic, A pal named Kor took a keen interest in her. Kor observed that the girl, whom they named Ava, possessed a unique blend of intelligence and tenacity. Ava's presence became a source of intrigue. The crew's initial disdain turned into curiosity and, eventually, respect. She helped them forage for food, find fresh water, and construct makeshift shelters. Her survival skills, honed on Earth, proved invaluable in the alien environment. As days turned into weeks, a sense of camaraderie developed between Ava and the crew. Captain Shale, seeing the potential in Ava, began to contemplate a new plan. Instead of merely returning with a specimen, she envisioned presenting Ava as a case study to the collective, challenging their perception of humanity. The turning point. With the crew's survival no longer in immediate jeopardy, Captain Shale and her team focused on repairing the flare. Ava, integrating herself into the crew, proved indispensable. Her quick learning and innovative ideas accelerated their progress. The aliens, who once saw her as a primitive, now viewed her as an equal. During one of their repair sessions, Ava discovered a distress signal transmitter buried in the ship's wreckage. Realizing its potential, she worked tirelessly to reactivate it. The crew, initially skeptical, soon saw the wisdom in her efforts. If they could send a distress signal, rescue might be possible. As the transmitter hummed to life, hope surged through the crew. They transmitted a coded message, detailing their location and predicament. The waiting began, but with it came renewed determination. Ava's role in their survival and potential rescue was undeniable, and Captain Shale knew that presenting her to the collective could have far-reaching implications. The rescue mission. Weeks passed with no response to their distress signal. The crew's morale wavered, but Ava remained a beacon of hope. Her unwavering spirit inspired those around her, pushing them to continue repairing the flare and improving their chances of survival. Finally, a response came. The collective rescue ship, the Valiant, had picked up their signal. Relief washed over the crew as they prepared for evacuation. The arrival of the Valiant marked a turning point in their journey. Ava's contributions were acknowledged, and Captain Shale's plan to present her to the collective gained momentum. The Valiant's captain, a stern but fair Xandrian named Lorik, was initially skeptical of Ava. However, as she recounted their survival story, Lorik's skepticism turned to admiration. He recognized the significance of Ava's achievements and agreed to transport her and the flare's crew to the collective's central command.